Hello, fellow Movie Crusaders, and welcome to another episode of Sean's Movie Crusades. My name is Sean Wasserkrug, and today we're going to be reviewing a Netflix original film, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Now, this movie has a lot of buzz going around this film. I've been hearing about this film for the past couple months because Toni Collette's in it. We all love Toni Collette. She should have won an Oscar for Hereditary, or at least been nominated for Hereditary. But a lot of people are saying this is the movie that's going to get her Oscar. She's playing, another kind of crazy-ish kind of character, and this is the movie that people are going to finally give her the recognition she deserves. So there was a lot of buzz going around this film. It's also directed by Charlie Kaufman, the same guy who wrote, who was one of the writers for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Being John Malkovich, Anomalisa, Adaptation, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. So this guy, a lot of people had a lot writing on this film. It's also got a pretty solid cast. You got Jesse Plemons, who I think is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood. I think this guy could literally act in anything. I think Jesse Plemons is a phenomenal actor. You also got Jessie Buckley. A lot of people know her from, I think it was Wild Rose that came out last year. I personally did not see that, but I've heard great things about her. Of course, like I said, Toni Collette. And then you got David Thewlis. I always say his last name wrong. David Thewlis, of course, people know him from Harry Potter. He's in so many things. Harry Potter, obviously, Wonder Woman. I don't like to remember him for Wonder Woman, but he's in a lot of things nonetheless. And then you also got Gus Boyd. He plays janitor. But nonetheless, that's the main cast of this film. Really, really solid cast. The cast is impeccable in this film. But going into the main plot of I'm Thinking of Leaving Things, the plot is full of misgivings. A young woman travels with her new boyfriend to his parents' house, or his parents' secluded farm, and upon arriving, she comes to question everything she thought she knew about him and herself. So this film, I'm sorry to say, is pretentious garbage. I hated this movie. I thought this movie was 2 hours and 15 minutes of just utter douchebaggery from Charlie Kaufman. I'm sorry. It was. I don't want to hate on this as hard as it is, but God, I hated this movie. This has nothing to do with any of the performances of the actors. I think Toni Collette, David Thewlis, J.C. Plemons, Jessie Buckley, I think they all acted incredibly well in this film. If there's one positive thing I have about this movie, it is the performances of these four actors. But this movie makes no literal damn sense. And I'm sorry, this is where the people are going to go, you just didn't understand it, or you don't understand the brilliance of Charlie Kaufman. No, this is pretentious up to the max. This is a guy who literally thinks he's the smartest person in the room, and if you don't understand it, then you're stupid. That is what this movie's doing for people. The characters, yes, they acted the hell out of this. There's no single likable character in this movie. They are so bipolar in this film. It's literally, I literally felt like it was written by someone bipolar, because there's one moment where they're laughing, they're joking, having a good time, and literally within 30 seconds later, they're yelling and they're screaming at each other, and then 30 seconds later, they're back to laughing and yelling and having a good time. There is no rhyme or rhythm to this. There's crazy things that happen, such as characters in one room are one age, you go into another room, and all of a sudden they're older, and then you go into another room, they're younger again, and then they're older again. There's nothing in this film that makes literally any damn sense. It's supposed to be about the human psyche and stuff like that, but the trailer is misleading as hell. When you see the trailer for this film, you think it's going to be a film kind of like The Visit with M. Night Shyamalan. This girl's coming over with her boyfriend to meet his parents, and crazy stuff's going to happen. What's she going to do? That is not at all the film you're going to see here. Yes, crazy stuff does happen, but the house and meeting Toni Collette and David Thewlis' characters is just a small part of the film. Most of this film is spent in a car with Jesse Plemons and Jessie Buckley just rambling on about utter BS nonsense that no one cares about. And unless you're this super high grad intellectual, you're not going to really understand or give a living crap about anything that they're talking about, while their mood swings are all over the place throughout the film. And then more weird stuff just happens. They have the old man janitor. There's ballet scenes that just come out of nowhere, and they're really focused on the play Oklahoma, and then it just ends. There's no explanations for anything that's going on. There's no connecting the dots to all the weird crap we've seen throughout this film previously. There's nothing. It's literally just weird stuff after weird stuff after weird stuff. Then flip it over, more weird stuff, weird stuff, weird stuff. And then these characters just reacting or ignoring everything that's going on around them. And you're just sitting there going, what the F is going on in this movie? I don't understand. That's weird. I don't understand what that's going on. Are they going to explain that? No, they're not. Screw it. I just spent 3 minutes focusing on that, and I forgot 5 other things that just happened. That is literally what I'm thinking of ending things is about. This whole movie starts about this woman thinking that she's thinking of ending things with her boyfriend. And then you find out by the end of the film, this movie isn't even about her. It's about Jesse Plemons' character, which means that her whole plot of this film, the whole journey that you were on through this movie, you think you're following her journey, is literally inconsequential. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter about anything that has to do with her, because in the end, it's all about him, which means that everything you spent watching makes jack crap about whatever you try. And I'm saying crap because I really want to say the F word, and I'm trying not to because it's a YouTube video. I hated this film. Utterly hated this film. This film is for people who just think they're smarter than everyone else, and they think that because they understand the movie and you don't, that they're superior than you. And I hate films that are like this. A lot of people think Hereditary is like that. Hereditary is a brilliantly shot movie. It's a brilliantly told story by Ari Aster. It does require multiple viewings to see everything, but it is not pretentious like this film is. Midsommar, another thing with Ari Aster. A lot of people want to say, oh, it's a lot like these. No, it is not. This film is just a jumbled jargon mess. It's pretty much, let's put a bunch of puzzle pieces in a box, shake it up, throw it on the cardboard table, throw it on the table, and then just whatever happens, happens. That is basically what this film is. If you want to waste 2 hours and 15 minutes on this, then it's your funeral. I hope you guys find enjoyment out of it. I could not find any enjoyment out of it. So going to my overall thoughts, I 100% do not recommend this movie. I would rather watch The Irishman on repeat all day long with no stoppage, no breaks, than watch a single 5 minutes of this film again, because I freaking hated this movie so much. Going to my overall score, because the performances were really well done in this film, I'm going to give it a 3.4 out of 10. But let me tell you, this movie is utter crap. I don't care if you got the story or you thought you understood what he was trying to tell. The movie's not good. It's not good. It's got an 82 on Rotten Tomato. I don't understand how it's got an 82 on Rotten Tomato. It's literally people who are just trying to go, that looks smart. I don't understand it, but I'm going to give it a good score so people don't attack me. I don't care if you attack me because I don't understand this movie. This movie is trash, and I would never watch this movie ever again. And I urge all of you never to watch this movie ever again. And I feel sorry for Jesse Plemons, Jesse Buckley, David Thewlis, and Toni Collette, the great Toni Collette, for having to have this movie on their resume, because it is utter garbage. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, even though it was very, very hateful. But if you guys did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys feel this review is worth sharing, go ahead and hit that share button. But most importantly, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to the channel so you guys stay up to date with all the latest videos that pop up on the channel's Movie Crusades. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all the social media outlets you see below. Coming up next, I was really hoping to see Tenet this weekend. It just did not happen. I had a lot of busy personal stuff to go on. So I will go see Tenet on Thursday. So expect to see the review either late Thursday night or early Friday morning. Because I don't think there's really anything coming out in the next week or so. So Tenet will be the next movie to be look out for. So check out that when it comes out, even though it's been out for a week at that point. Hopefully you guys still care what my thoughts are on it. But until next time, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Movie Crusaders. And do not watch this trash.